Did you know that just a few simple mistakes after the age of 70 could undo everything you've spent your whole life building? It's a tough thought, but it's a real one. You've spent decades building a life. You worked hard, raised a family, saved what you could, maybe bought a home and dreamed of a peaceful, well-earned retirement. You've done all the right things. But here's what many people don't realize. Your golden years can come with hidden risks. Risks that can quietly chip away at your savings, your independence, and your sense of control. We're not just talking about major financial disasters. Sometimes it's the small things, the little choices, the seemingly harmless moments that do the most damage. Falling for a clever scam, trusting the wrong person, not knowing your legal or financial rights. These dangers are real, and sadly, many don't see them coming until it's too late. That's why protecting yourself and everything you've worked for after age 70 takes more than just good instincts. It takes awareness, a little strategy, and a few powerful truths that too often go unspoken. In this video, we're going to cover 4 essential rules every older adult should know. These aren't just helpful tips. They're hard-earned lessons drawn from real stories and experiences that came with a heavy cost. These rules are here to help you stay smart, safe, and secure as you navigate this next chapter of life. Here's what you'll discover. How small financial decisions can have major consequences. Why some of the biggest risks come from people you already trust. How to protect your legal and financial rights before it's too late. And the everyday spending habits that could quietly drain your savings. This isn't just about money. It's about keeping your freedom, your dignity, and the peace of mind you've worked so hard for. It's about aging with confidence and staying in control of your future. And if you're thinking, I'm already careful, this might be even more important for you. Because the most damaging mistakes often come from the places we least expect. So stick with us until the end. You just might hear something that protects you, or someone you love, from a costly mistake. Because sometimes, one smart decision really can change everything. Let's get started. Number 1. The hidden risk of letting someone else control your money. As we get older, especially after 70, it's natural to want life to feel a little easier. Maybe managing money feels like a burden. Maybe online banking seems confusing. Or maybe you just want to make sure bills get paid on time. So, what do many people do? They turn to someone they trust, a son, daughter, niece, nephew, or close friend, and give them access to their finances. It sounds simple and helpful at first. But here's the danger. Giving someone full control over your money can put everything you've worked hard for at serious risk. A lot of people don't even realize what they're giving up. It might start with a small step, adding someone's name to a bank account, handing over a debit card, or signing a power of attorney. But that one step can quietly hand over the keys to your entire financial life. You might be thinking, my son would never hurt me, or my daughter is just helping out. And that may very well be true. Most of the time, people don't start out trying to do anything wrong, but life is complicated. That person might make a mistake, get pressured by someone else, or assume they're doing the right thing when they're not. Let me tell you about Gerald, an 82-year-old man who just wanted help paying some bills online. He added his nephew to his bank account, not to give him control, just to make things easier. But over time, the nephew started treating the account like it was partly his. A small withdrawal here, a gift purchase there, a little loan to a friend. Nothing huge at first, but it added up. By the time Gerald noticed, several $1,000s were gone. And guess what? Because it was a joint account, the bank said it was legal. Gerald had no way to get that money back. The lesson? Trust is important. But so are boundaries. Many people think giving someone power of attorney or co-signing on accounts will protect them. But without the right legal limits, it can actually do the opposite. You might lose protection, not gain it. And let's be honest, as we age, we can become more emotionally vulnerable. That doesn't mean we're weak. It just means we may lean more on others or have a harder time saying no. Scammers know this. But sometimes the scammer isn't a stranger. Sometimes it's someone close to us who crosses a line without even realizing it. So how do you stay safe? Here are a few smart steps. Keep ownership of your accounts. Don't add someone else unless absolutely necessary, and only with clear limits. Avoid joint accounts unless professionally advised. There are better options. Use tools like limited power of attorney or a revocable trust. These can allow someone to help without giving away full control. Set up safeguards. For example, require 2 signatures for large transactions, or get a legal professional to draft terms that spell out exactly what someone can and can't do. Monitor your accounts regularly, or have a trusted third party, like a lawyer or financial advisor, keep an eye on things. Talk with a professional. Don't rely only on family harmony or assumptions. An elder law attorney can help you build a plan that protects both you and your loved ones. Here's the truth. Saying no to full financial control isn't about distrust. It's about being wise. Even the most well-meaning family member can make a decision that you wouldn't agree with, especially under stress, influence, or pressure. After 70, protecting your money isn't just about guarding your bank account. It's about keeping your voice in every financial decision. Because once that control is gone, it's very hard to get it back. Let your motto be this: get help, not hand over. Stay in control and stay protected. Number 2, the silent drain of recurring expenses and outdated financial commitments. Another quiet way people lose their assets after 70 isn't through big risks. It's through the small leaks they don't even notice. Many older adults continue to pay for things they no longer use, need, or even remember signing up for. Recurring expenses have a way of blending into the background, showing up month after month like clockwork, silently chipping away at your retirement savings. Whether it's an old magazine subscription, a streaming service you haven't watched in years, or insurance coverage you no longer need. These little charges add up faster than most people realize. Take Sandra, for example. She's 76, living comfortably in a modest home. Life felt stable. Nothing seemed off. But one day, her daughter asked if she could take a quick look at Sandra's credit card statements. What she found was eye-opening. Sandra had been paying for 3 separate identity protection services, 2 streaming platforms she never watched, and a gym membership she hadn't used since before the pandemic. Altogether, it added up to nearly $3,000 a year, just quietly disappearing without her even realizing it. She didn't feel the loss day to day, but over time, that money could have gone toward healthier food, needed home repairs, or even something joyful, like a few extra trips to visit her grandkids. And here's the thing. It's not always about overspending. It's often about outdated spending. Things that made sense 5 or 10 years ago, but no longer serve your current lifestyle. After 70, your priorities shift. Maybe you're not driving as much. Maybe travel isn't as frequent. Maybe you don't need that same insurance plan or premium service anymore. But companies bank on you not noticing. Auto-pay systems and auto-renewals keep those charges coming, month after month, because they know many people won't bother with the hassle of cancelling. And when your income becomes more fixed, even small recurring charges can quietly chip away at your financial freedom. So here's the takeaway. Take the time to review your statements or ask someone you trust to go over them with you. You might be surprised at what you find and relieved when you free up that money for things that actually matter. There's also a psychological reason this happens. As we age, many of us fear the idea of change. We cling to routine, even if that routine isn't serving us anymore. There's comfort in just letting it be, even if letting it be means wasting money. It's also uncomfortable to dig into old paperwork or call customer service numbers that are designed to be frustrating. But doing nothing can cost you more than you think. Not just financially, but emotionally. It creates a quiet undercurrent of anxiety, the feeling that money seems to disappear without explanation. Taking time to review your monthly expenses may not sound exciting, but it can be surprisingly empowering. Go through every bill, every auto payment, every service plan. If you're not using it, or if you don't fully understand what it's for, ask someone you trust to help you evaluate it. There's no shame in realizing you've been overpaying for something. The only shame would be in letting it continue out of fear, pride, or inertia. In today's digital world, there are even tools that can help you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions in just a few clicks. Eliminating wasteful spending isn't just about saving money, it's about reclaiming control. It's about making sure your hard-earned assets are going toward things that truly support your quality of life. Every dollar you recover from a useless expense is a dollar you can use to make your days brighter, your body healthier, or your heart more at ease. You're not just protecting your money, you're protecting your peace of mind. Number 3, the importance of diversifying your income sources. One of the most overlooked but essential rules to protecting your financial well-being after 70 is not putting all your eggs in one basket. For many older adults, there's a heavy reliance on a single source of income, usually Social Security or a pension. And while these are important, they're not always stable, and they rarely keep pace with the true cost of living. When your entire livelihood depends on just one stream, even a small disruption can feel like an earthquake. That's why diversifying your income, even in simple ways, becomes a critical form of protection. Let's talk about Frank, a 74-year-old retired school teacher. For years, he depended solely on his pension and Social Security. It was enough until his property taxes went up, medical bills started piling in, and inflation began to erode the value of his monthly check. Suddenly, what used to cover everything barely stretched across the essentials. He didn't want to go back to work, but he found peace of mind by converting part of his savings into a small annuity and renting out a portion of his garage to a local artist. It didn't make him rich, but it created breathing room and a sense of security he hadn't felt in years. Diversifying your income after 70 doesn't have to mean picking up a part-time job or diving into the stock market. It can be as simple as identifying small, steady streams that ease the burden, a well-structured annuity, a downsized rental property, or even turning a hobby into a tiny side business. These are options that give you flexibility, and when life throws a surprise your way, which it always does, having multiple sources allows you to adjust without panic. There's also something deeply empowering about knowing you have more than one safety net. Psychologically, it reduces fear. It gives you a sense of ownership over your financial future, instead of feeling at the mercy of bureaucracy or rising costs. Depending entirely on Social Security can feel like walking a tightrope without a net. One delayed check, one policy change, and suddenly you're in a bind. But when you've built even modest backups, you walk with more confidence. You know you have options. Some people hesitate to diversify because they believe it's too late or too complicated. They think, I'm too old to start something new, or I don't understand investments. But the truth is, there are safe, simple strategies that require no deep financial knowledge. You can speak with a trusted advisor about low-risk dividend portfolios, rent out a room, teach a class, or sell vintage collectibles online. You can even pool resources with friends or family to create shared income projects that benefit everyone. And here's something not everyone tells you. You don't need to create massive income. Even an extra $100 or $200 a month can make a noticeable difference. It can cover prescriptions, groceries, or that trip to visit the grandkids. It's not about wealth, it's about freedom, the kind that allows you to make decisions based on what you want, not just what you can afford. You've spent your life working, saving, and providing. You deserve to enter this chapter with strength and peace, not fear. And that peace often comes from knowing that no matter what happens to one part of your income, you've built other paths to keep you steady. Diversification isn't just a financial tactic. It's a life strategy for aging with resilience and independence. Number 4. The hidden risks of outdated estate plans and neglected beneficiary designations. Many people believe that once they've created a will or set up a trust, their estate is protected, and there's nothing more to worry about. But the truth is, estate plans are living documents, and if they're not reviewed and updated regularly, they can become traps rather than safeguards. Outdated documents, unclear instructions, or old beneficiary designations can lead to costly legal battles, strained family relationships, or assets ending up in the wrong hands entirely. And unfortunately, most people don't realize the damage until it's too late to fix. Take the story of Harold, an 81-year-old retired engineer. He had written his will back in his 60s when his children were still young, and his financial situation was very different. At the time, he named his older brother as executor and listed an ex-girlfriend as the beneficiary of a small life insurance policy he forgot he even had. Fast forward 20 years, and his brother had passed away. His relationship with his children had matured beautifully, and he hadn't spoken to the ex-girlfriend in decades. But because he never updated his paperwork, the insurance money went to someone who no longer played a role in his life, and his children had to navigate the courts to sort out the rest. Situations like Harold's happen more often than you'd think. Life changes, but paperwork doesn't change itself. Maybe you've remarried, maybe someone you trusted has passed on or moved away, maybe you've acquired new assets or sold off old ones. All of these shifts affect how your estate should be handled. And if your documents don't reflect those changes, the courts will be left to interpret your intentions. And they may get it wrong. Another common oversight is forgetting to check beneficiary designations on retirement accounts, life insurance policies, or bank accounts. These designations actually override what's written in your will. That means if your will says one thing, but your account paperwork says another, the account beneficiary wins. It's a quiet loophole that has left many families shocked and heartbroken, especially when an estranged relative or ex-spouse ends up receiving assets meant for someone else. People often avoid revisiting these documents because they find them overwhelming or emotionally difficult. No one likes to think about what will happen after they're gone. But updating your estate plan isn't about preparing for the end. It's about protecting your legacy. It's about making sure the people you care about are looked after the way you intended. And it's about preventing confusion, conflict, and unnecessary expenses down the road. Reviewing your estate plan doesn't have to be complicated. A good first step is simply to read through your will trust documents, and any accounts with named beneficiaries. If anything feels outdated, unclear, or inconsistent, bring it to a qualified estate attorney or financial advisor. It's also wise to have a conversation with your loved ones so they understand your wishes and feel included in the process. That way, they're not left guessing or scrambling in a time of grief. Remember, estate planning is not a one-time event. It's a reflection of your evolving life values and relationships. Keeping it current is one of the most loving and responsible things you can do, not just for your assets, but for the people you care about most. By taking the time to update your plans, you're preserving peace, clarity, and dignity, both for yourself and for those who follow after you. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, I'd love for you to take a quiet moment, just for yourself, to really think about the 4 important rules we talked about today. Which one made you stop and think? Was it the idea of keeping control over your money? Maybe it was learning how to cut out unnecessary spending. Or did the part about creating new sources of income spark some ideas? Perhaps the reminder to keep your estate plans up to date really hit home. Whatever it was, each of these rules carries its own kind of wisdom, and when you put them all together, they form a powerful foundation. A foundation that can help you grow older with more confidence, with more clarity, and with peace of mind. But here's something really important to remember. This isn't just about money. It's about something much deeper. It's about your freedom. It's about your dignity. It's about making sure you still get to shape your own life, your way, even in your later years. A lot of people think that getting older means losing control or becoming dependent. But the truth is, you have more power than you might realize. Every single choice you make, no matter how small, can help protect your future or weaken it. That's why the little steps matter so much. And here's the good news. It's never too late to make a smart change. Maybe you'll decide to review your bank statements this week, or take another look at your will or power of attorney documents. Maybe you'll finally call that financial advisor you've been meaning to speak with. Even just starting a conversation with someone you trust is a great step forward. These small, simple actions send a powerful message, not just to the world, but to yourself. Your future still matters. Your well-being matters. You matter. If something in this video helped you see things a little more clearly, or reminded you of something important, please don't let that moment pass by. Do one thing today that your future self will thank you for. Because even one change, one decision, one new habit can start a ripple effect that protects not only your finances, but your peace of mind, your health, and your overall happiness. You've worked hard for everything you have. You've made sacrifices. You've weathered challenges. And through it all, you've built a life that's worth protecting, not just for yourself, but for the people who love you, the ones who look up to you, and the legacy you'll leave behind. So thank you, truly, for being here with us today. We deeply appreciate your time, your presence, and your willingness to keep learning and growing. We'd love to hear from you. Take a moment and drop a comment below. What's one thing from today's video that really stuck with you? And how do you plan to use that knowledge moving forward? Your stories and insights mean more than you know. They don't just help us improve, they help others too. Because when you share, you might just say exactly what someone else needed to hear. If this video helped you, please take a second to like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us keep creating helpful, honest content that empowers people just like you to live better, safer, and more confident lives. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself, keep asking questions, and always remember, your future is still in your hands,